I like your process, by the way. I feel like 3 interviews is a good number.
That's
I've
enough.
seen I don't know if you saw my the one that I did on my a few episodes ago where it was like pre-screen, post-screen, manager, teammate, VP, director, VP, virtual on-site, panel interview. I mean, it was like 8 different steps, and I know that it's gotten longer for some companies, but I feel like 3 is. I mean, if you can't make the decision after the pre-screen, hiring manager, and an on-site, where maybe you meet the director or maybe the person that's the stakeholder above the manager. I feel like if you can't figure it out between those 3, then what are you doing? And you're so right. I feel like companies that take too much longer than that, they're really putting themselves at a risk where they're not going to be able to pull the trigger in time for the candidate to have not signed elsewhere. So
Well,
I really
because
like your process.
they don't have confidence in their process, and that's the thing. Once you gain confidence that this is the way it goes, and you have data behind you saying that based on the way we're doing things, most people that we're hiring, we're retaining, because that's a major metric in recruiting and HR, human resources retention. It's easy to hire people off the street, but if they don't stay more than 6 months or so, you got a problem somewhere in the way that you're doing things, and it's very, very costly to have to keep on replacing people. People don't realize the cost of running ads and sponsoring them on Indeed and all the things that you need to do, the onboarding period, the amount of time it takes somebody to get up to speed and the mistakes they make during that period. You want to be right, but you don't, like you say, you don't want to overdo it and drag it out, because you either lose people in the process or you kind of overwork the canvas and you become very nitpicky, which you can't be. You got to look at everything that you saw and say, well, this I can live with, maybe this I can't. They don't have any of this, so this is just not going to work. But this is something that if we work closely with them, we can get them up to speed relatively quickly. That's kind of the thought behind it all.
Thank you so much for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. If you liked it, make sure to check out the other videos down below that are recommended to you. And if you really like the podcast, make sure to subscribe right down there in the middle. Really appreciate it. It's free to you and helps us a lot out. And last but not least, the best way to help the show grow is to comment down below. So leave your comment if you have any thoughts about this segment. Thanks.
I ain't chasing payments, still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.